This house does not begin as a new construction. It begins as a ruin. In a protected natural area beside the Cávado River and one of its tributaries, there was already a small concrete structure. Almost nothing at first glance, but everything depended on it. That ruin was not just a remnant of the past, it was the key that made it possible to build there. Casa no Gerês, designed by Correia and Ragazzi architects, is located in Caniçada, Vieira do Minho, Portugal. It emerges from the reconstruction and expansion of that ruin, transformed into a weekend retreat on the hillside. Seen from the access path, the house appears more restrained, almost buried into the terrain. But seen from the riverside, it changes completely. The volume reveals itself as suspended, with a large glazed front, partially disguised by vegetation. This difference in perception is one of the most interesting aspects of the house. It does not present itself the same way from every side. From one point, it seems low and discreet. From another, it appears as a cantilevered piece, projecting out over the landscape. The house is not born from total freedom. It is born from a restriction. The existing ruin allowed the construction, and from it, the architects created a long concrete piece, partially supported by the terrain and partially projected over the void. That is the main gesture, a concrete box that seems to cut through the hillside. The placement also responds to a very clear condition, preserving all the trees. Instead of spreading the construction across the site, the house concentrates its footprint and projects outward to gain area without taking up more ground. The interior organization follows the logic of the elongated volume. The entrance and living area are positioned closer to the center. The house was designed for a family connected to the river. The residents had practiced water skiing for many years, so the water was not just a beautiful view, it was part of their routine, their memory, and their reason for being there. The materiality is direct. Reinforced concrete on the outside, large glass openings, and inside, birchwood cladding the spaces. This contrast is essential. On the outside, the house is hard, resistant, almost raw. Inside, the wood changes the atmosphere. The interior becomes warmer, quieter, and more domestic. The dining area and kitchen occupy the suspended part, where the view of the river and the landscape becomes more powerful. The concrete also makes sense because of the place. The terrain is humid, irregular, and exposed to heavy rain. The house needed to be resistant. It could not appear too fragile on such a demanding slope. At the same time, the cantilevered volume reduces its impact on the ground. The house rests on the ruin and the rock, but avoids occupying more land than necessary. This helps preserve the trees and reinforces the sensation of suspension. The bedrooms are located on the side closer to the rocky wall. The strength of Casa no Gerês lies in this tension. It is heavy, yet it seems to float. It is made of concrete, yet it tries to camouflage itself among the trees. It is born from a ruin, yet it creates a very clear contemporary presence. The most delicate point is precisely this balance. A concrete volume in a protected natural area could easily feel aggressive. Here, its force depends on precision, occupying little, preserving what was already there, and turning limitation into form. In the end, Casa no Gerês is a house about limits. The limit of the ruin, the limit of the protected area, the spatial limit between rock and water, the poetic limit between weight and suspension. It shows that building in a powerful landscape is not just about opening a window to the view. Sometimes it means accepting a small area, preserving the trees, resting on what already existed, projecting over the void, and transforming a ruin into a house that seems to cut through the hillside.